between the kids' sporting events, the holiday season upon us, there's just not enough time to sleep during the day.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
That's right. Do you have trouble getting to sleep or sleeping through the night? Do you wake up too early? Do you have a hard time waking up at all? Yes. Or are you overly tired during the day?
All right, if you answered yes to any of the questions, guess what? You might have a sleep. It sort of sounds like a Jeff Foxworthy thing.
You might.
If you answered yes to any of these problems, you might have a sleeping problem.
That's
but
right.
here's the good news, guys. You might actually be able to correct your sleep peacefully throughout the whole night.
That's right. And joining us now from the SRMC Sleep Disorder Center is Karen Castanuela Lopez. Okay, thank you. This is really important, especially for people who are like us. We have little ones.
There's
we
a variety of
up
different ways. I mean, there's everyone, for the most part, I may know out of, 1,000 people or whatever, one person that can actually get 8 hours of sleep.
Every night.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the sleep disorders that you guys deal with on a common basis.
Okay, well, we monitor for many sleeping disorders. Most common is obstructive sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, periodic limb movement disorder, REM behavior disorder.
Okay, so what, but there's medicine. So what is sleep medicine?
Sleep medicine
Besides Benadryl, because that knocks me out.
Well, sleep medicine is the practice of diagnosing and treating sleep disorders, which are, like I said before, many, over 100.
Yeah. Now, one thing, I'm going to talk about sleep apnea because that one seems to affect a lot of people. I hear that a lot.
Is that the one where you stop breathing?
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
You have a narrowing or blocking of the airway.
So that's what happens. Is it something that is congenital? Is it something that it's like that we grow up with it? Or is it something that develops maybe from, like, if you're a smoker or if you drink or you do something that, like, environmental can affect it?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Is it something that even if you have not had a problem with it, can all of a sudden start happening?
Well, usually it may have been there.
Okay.
But certain things, like maybe gaining weight, certain things like that.
So these are some of the symptoms?
Some of the symptoms, yes, are, of course, being overweight, having high blood pressure. Snoring is the most common one, but it's not always present. So you also have people tell you that you stop breathing while you sleep, and maybe choking and waking up gasping for air.
Wow.
Okay.
So now, but if you're a snorer, like if you snore, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have apnea.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, but it's just it could be a symptom to the greater problem.
Got it. Okay, so it might be genetic. So in children, this is a big fear. I remember when I first had Cannon, you probably did the same thing. When he would fall asleep at night, I would like make sure that he was breathing
all the
because
time.
It was terrifying. So it's something that happens to children also.
It does, and it can happen from the time of birth. Things that you want to look for is snoring, but snoring may not sound like you think it may sound in children. It could be more of a loud breathing, and then the child may sleep with a hyperextended neck, and also may toss and turn frequently during the night.
And so you guys have testing and different ways that you can help alleviate these problems of sleep apnea.
We do.
Well, let's talk about something also. I think that a lot of people, I know I suffer this a lot of times, is insomnia. Some of the factors that can affect insomnia, of course, stress. Maybe probably my problem. I drink too much coffee. So let's talk about that. What are the ways and symptoms that we can see insomnia, and more importantly, how can we treat it?
Well, a lot of it is the behavior, like, what are you doing before? Are you exercising right before trying to go to sleep? Are you drinking too much caffeine throughout the day? But some of the symptoms are worrying about things and not being able to relax, having trouble falling back to sleep if you've woken up, and then laying for about 30 minutes or more without being able to fall asleep.
Yeah, and I've like check, yes. So in addition to the sleep apnea, the insomnia, what other services do you guys offer at the sleep assistance with SRMC?
Of course, treatment for sleep apnea and other disorders, and one of the treatments, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's PAP therapy, so it's positive airway pressure, and there's different types of modes of it, but it's just mainly a continuous air that holds open the airway. and allows you to continue breathing.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Very, very informative.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, guys. And if you want more information on this, if you yourself suffering from a sleep disorder, head over to casa.com, click on the Style tab. We will have all the links to get you back to bed for a good